My name is Anthony, and I am here to help people expand their mind and understand that there's a better way of living than the way that we have been taught and the way that we have been brought up. I come from poverty, and I was never given the opportunity to go and become a wealthy human being. I had to find it on my own, and I had to learn through all my trial and error. And it's real, and people need to understand this, is that we all go through something in our life to get to a point to where we know that this is not the way we want to live our lives. So I found many different ways of learning through meditation, through reading books, through videos on YouTube. And then it brought me to this point here where I feel like I could reach people because of my situations that I've been through in my life. I come from a family. I was the only boy, and I had three sisters. I have an older sister. I have one that is just a few years younger than me, and then I have a littler sister. We, throughout time, we did have our father around, and he was there until about 14. Some things had happened that I wish to not speak of. That is just a personal situation, but from that point on, it was just my mom and my sisters and I, and we went through a really bad struggle, really bad. My mom was working multiple jobs. Um, Nobody was really there to help us out, um, and it was just a tough time. So I mean, just like anybody that's going through hard hard times, they try to find ways to cope with it. And my way to cope with it was hanging out with the wrong people. And me hanging out with the wrong people felt like that was where I belonged. But at the end of the day, it's not where I belong because it wasn't getting me to the point that I need to get to help my family. I, I mean, as much as I wanted to help my family. But throughout that time, I I started giving up school because school, I seen that I always knew that school just wasn't the right place for me. I felt like it didn't give me the knowledge that I needed to get to to help me out. And I went to a school in the suburbs where a lot of these people don't experience poverty. They don't know it. They didn't know what any of that meant. They they come from a background of everything is given to them, and that that's all it is. Me, I didn't come from that, so I had to experience the hardships in life, and I had to fend for myself, and I had to learn what it was like to put some food on the table and put some food in my damn stomach that nobody else was giving to me. So I chose a different path. I started selling drugs. I started hanging out with the wrong people, with the wrong crowd. I never got into gangs, but I hung out with gangbangers. I thought that they were the way to a better life. I seen them driving around nice cars and doing cool things, so I thought that that was the cool way to be, because once again, the rich kids couldn't provide that for me. They looked at me like I was just some little bum, and honestly, that's how I felt too. So I started being being negative minded, kept going in and out of jail. I caught my first felony at 17 years old. At at 20, at 19, 20 years old, I caught another felony, and basically when I after those felonies, I thought that my life was over. So I chose instead of to keep selling drugs, I chose to work. Then I started noticing, like I got at the end of the day, I have a hustler's mindset. And a hustler's mindset is somebody that doesn't have a boss, that is their own boss and is an entrepreneur and always wants to find a better way of living. And instead of trading time for money, and that's where I'm at now, learning that trading time for money isn't the way to make a living. It's the way to just survive in life. And nobody wants to just survive in life, but that's the way we're taught, is to just survive. But that's not how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to live free on our own and be the best version of ourselves. So me, the reason why I'm starting this channel is to help people expand their minds. So I'm just giving you a little piece to the puzzle of what I was going through. Yeah, I jumped through a bunch of stuff. I didn't tell you about all of my struggles. I didn't tell you how I came up. I didn't tell you how I was raised or anything like that. I'm just letting you know I am nothing but a normal person that is trying to help other people reach their full potentials in life, because that's all we should be here for, is to help people reach their full potential in life, instead of sitting there worrying about the next man and how they're making a living. Worry about how you're going to be able to make a living as well. There's people out there that are willing to help you out, but you have to be willing to help yourself first. And I just want to teach people that's a beautiful way of living. And if you understand this, you will want to keep going with yourself. And yeah, it's going to be a hard time. It's going to be a tough time. There's going to be a moment in your life where you just feel like nothing is working, nothing is going your way. Trust me, I went through all of that. I went through all of that part of my life thinking that everything was against me, that nothing was working in my favor, that everything was working in everybody else's favor, and then I kept getting the bad end of the stick. So I always felt that I was the victim to society, because of how because of me not graduating high school, nor going to college, or even getting my GED. Didn't get any of those things. So I just thought, like, you know what? I was dealt the wrong cards. And it turns out that I was actually dealt the correct cards that I was supposed to be dealt. And I came to notice this through a bad time in my life where I was in a deep depression and I didn't know any way out of it. And I found my way out of it through, like I said, through meditation and reading books. I had to try something different because I knew the way of my living, the way I was living, was not the way, because that way wasn't bringing me what I needed to get to the point where I need to get to in life, to where I could be successful and be free on my own and not working for another man. And that's why I'm getting at. In these videos, you will see that I will teach you how to expand your minds slowly but surely, and it's gonna be a process. But if we all come together and all work together, we could get through these tough times, and understand that this is something for real, and that if we could just change the way of our thinking, just even slightly change the way of thinking, our lives will start changing. Yeah, it's not gonna change overnight. It's not. Everybody wants it to change overnight, but it won't. And you gotta understand that. So it's like you gotta learn how to break out of that old system where we've been programmed to where we're working for these bullshit wages. Doesn't matter how much money you're getting paid. You could get paid $50 an hour, but at the end of the day, you're still trading your time for money, and that's wrong. You're not supposed to trade your time for money. We're supposed to be able to be free spirited, and still collect our abundance that we've been put here on this earth to collect. If you believe me, you will want to keep going on with me. If you don't believe it, then it's all right. I wish you the best in life, and I cannot judge you. You're your own person. I'm not here to force anybody to do something that they're not willing to do. But what I am here to do is help people get to where they want to get to in life. I'm a student in life as well. So I'm not sitting there trying to preach to you guys and trying to do this, try to do that. I'm not doing all that. I'm not here trying to get no money out of you guys. Not even a bit. Not even a dime, a penny, nothing. I just want your time. Just like I've spent time trying to learn this on my own, I want to try to teach other people, that especially people that are in poverty-stricken environments. I would love to reach to them, because I know there's a better way out. I know there is. And I just want all you guys to understand this. If you guys understand me and want me to keep going on with this, let me know. If you guys don't, I'm still gonna keep going on, and I'm still gonna try to reach the masses, because I know this is what it is. We need to all wake up to this. We need to all wake up to reality and understand that this is the system that we're born in. It's not the way of living. This is nothing but an illusion. It's just a trap. It's just a mental trap trying to get you away from the better version of yourselves. We're just becoming we're just becoming these little puppets, these little versions that We see through the media, through the music, through what everybody's portraying us as, what everybody's portraying everybody as. So everybody's just judging one another instead of wanting to get inside of you and understand who we really are as people. We all come from the same source. It doesn't matter about the color of your damn skin. That shit don't matter, not even a bit. Because at the end of the day, dude, when we die, we we leave. We leave this body. So this body, this is just temporary. This is just temporary right here. So let's make this the best moment and be for real about this, and let's teach one another. Let's do this. Let's teach one another how to become better versions of themselves. Let's teach one another how to become free. How to Let's teach one another to not resort to violence just when you're frustrated because you know that you're having a tough time in life. Let's not do that. That's not how we're supposed to live. We're not supposed to live like that. I lived like that once upon a time ago, and I understand that that's not the way of living. You lose a lot of friends, your family, you start losing that too. You start losing everything. Then you start to notice that you're still at rock bottom. No matter how much you envied all these people, you're still in the same exact situation you were before. So you just need to learn to put all that bullshit behind you and move forward. Stop moving backwards. What's happening is you just keep moving backwards, and that's what's fucking it all up. So, like I said, I'm gonna keep sending out videos, more and more videos about expanding your mind and learning to get through this mindset that we've been programmed into, and try to reprogram your brains, your minds, your way of thinking, your way of living, to change your way of living. And it doesn't mean you got to turn your back on people. You got to do this. You got to do that. Nah, you just got to change the way of thinking. Yeah, everything's gonna come to the light anyways. At the end of the day, you're gonna see who's real. You're gonna see who's fake. You're gonna see it all. You're gonna learn it all, and you're gonna get a better understanding of all of this, and you're gonna start seeing it, and then you're gonna start believing it. You're gonna start knowing that. You're just gonna start knowing. That's all I gotta say. Bye.